Season 3 is officially here, so I got some things to go over with you guys. We're going to go over Player of the Month, which is Shohei Ohtani. We're going to go over Season 3 requirements, and we're going to shake up my squad. There's a lot of things happening this season. There's obviously new bosses. We saw a 99 Ronald Acuna Jr., which we should have expected, as he was probably runner-up to Shohei Ohtani for June Player of the Month. We also saw some legends, 99 legend Negro League players such as Buck Oneill, Jackie Robinson, and a couple of others, including one of my favorites, Martin DeHigo. So we're going to take a look at them as well. I'm going to try to get them on my squad as soon as possible. I'll show you the fastest way to get the Player of the Month done, as I've done with the other months, in case you haven't seen those videos. It's going to be the same strategy, I guess, but we'll show you what players are involved in this. So let's hop into it. All right, so first things first, we're going to have to say goodbye to our Season 1 and 2 team. This is basically what it looked like for a while. Now, obviously, Alfonso Soriano was in the latest BR, so that's a little more recent. Hammer and Hank was part of the Season 2 Set 2 collection. And we got a couple of others in here, like Kyle Schwarber, who we added late with a Lucky Diamond Duo pack pull. But what we're going to do is go up to the top here and then click the auto-generate the best squad for Season 3, and we'll see what we get. But let's just take a look at some of these cards that we're going to have to say goodbye to. One of my favorites, JT Realmuto, was actually a really tough decision on the wild card for Set 3, and if you don't know what that is, I'll talk about it very shortly here. But basically, I went with Chipper Jones for the wild card for Season 3. So you'll see Chipper Jones on the new team, and you will not be seeing JT Realmuto. There's a chance I might pull him in for a one-off, or if I'm really struggling with finding a good catcher. However, if you saw the update, there is a 99 Adley Rutschman. There's a couple of other good catchers in Season 3, Set 3, that'll be available for the rest of Season 3 and Season 4 even, because they are Set 3 cards. Keep in mind, you can use Set 2 cards, so I could put Kyle Schwarber at catcher for their new season. But anyway, let's keep moving. We'll take a look at Trey Turner. Let's see, over 250 plate appearances, hit 356, 31 home runs, 3 triples, 12 stolen bases, only caught stealing 5 times. Driven almost 50 RBIs, he had 49, but this was a very good card for me. Really easy to swing with. Obviously, he's fast, he has good steal ability, got around the bases quickly, and really good fielding too at shortstop. He had some good animations there. Speaking of fielding animations, Jazz Chisholm Jr., probably the best outfielder, in my opinion, fielding-wise in the game up until this point. We're going to have to see what Ronald Acuna Jr. can do and what some of the Season 3 outfielders can do. But in my opinion, this was the best fielder, especially for it being a free card in the collections. I think this was you could put him anywhere in the outfield, and you'll always get the fastest reaction. And he obviously covers a lot of ground with that speed, 99 speed. 95 reaction, and then 99 fielding always helped. All right, at the dish, he hit 305 with almost 200 plate appearances. He had 181, 17 home runs, 10 stolen bases, only caught stealing once. So he did pretty well for me as well. All right, and then King Griffey Jr., over 200 plate appearances, hit 310, 20 home runs, 17 stolen bases, and was not caught stealing at all. Driven 38 RBIs. Okay. Is there anyone else on this squad that I can think of? Obviously, Chipper Jones. I mean, we'll take a look at his stats. He's hitting 298 for me with 290 plate appearances, 27 home runs. He can steal a bag or two sometimes, but I've only stolen one with him. Got caught twice. Driven in 54 RBIs, but we'll be seeing more of him in the wild card spot. All right, on the bench, the only other guy, I guess 2 guys, were Brandon Marsh and Ricky Henderson. Brandon Marsh was a surprise that I kept him in this long in the lineup. But he had almost 100 plate appearances and hit 309 with 7 home runs. He was really good against lefties. What I would do a lot was actually sub him in for Jazz Chisholm Jr. because Jazz only had 86 contact versus lefties and 86 power. All right. Other good thing about Brandon Marsh was the 125 clutch, which came in handy. But like you see there, he has 116 contact versus lefties and even more power, 103 power. Just as good of a fielder, I think. I mean, maybe not just as good, but a really good outfielder with 94 speed, 94 fielding, and 83 reaction. So he was really good out there. The only bummer about this card was the vision being 65. But still, as you can see by the numbers, I got pretty good use out of him for a monthly award 95 card, which in this year's game is surprising to have that low of a card in the lineup. Ricky Henderson, didn't use him as much as I've seen others use him. Almost 50 plate appearances, hit 409 for me. They seem to have fixed his swing this year. So in the righty on righty matchups, you didn't have to swing super early just to get a good swing on him. They seem to sped up his swing for this year. So 5 home runs, 7 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, was not caught stealing. But like I said, 409 was pretty damn good for 50 plate appearances. If you've used Ricky in previous years, he was a little more difficult to use because of the swing he had. It was a little bit slower. Like I said, they maybe changed it this year, so it seems like it was easier to use. So we'll be saying goodbye to him too. I'm not going to go through the pitchers in the bullpen, but just to take a look at some of them. Set one, we obviously had Bob Gibson, Bob Feller. It seemed like a lot of the pitchers were pretty common throughout most people's rotations and bullpen, so I'm not going to bother to go through all of their numbers, but Dustin May was one of them. I saw a lot of people use him. Sometimes Luis Castillo. But otherwise, set one was kind of a disappointment as far as like OP or cracked pitchers. You didn't really find any that really held it down every game consistently. So, Bob Gibson was obviously pretty solid for a lot of people. I did not do that well with him. Only 3 and 5 with a 5.6 ERA and 67 innings pitched. But Bob Feller actually did a lot of the legwork for me with 81 innings pitched, 10 wins, 2 losses, a 2.6 ERA. And then live series, Jacob deGrom did pretty well for me as well. If I can find him. There he is. 75 innings pitched, 14 wins, 4 losses, and a 4.6 ERA. Not bad for a 95 live series. So anyway, the bullpen, I still have... So Jose Alvarado, he was my best pitcher by far. I know a lot of people say they don't do well with him. I know a lot of people say they actually hit well against him. But he was 3-0 with 2 saves and a 1.86 ERA over 29 innings pitched, or exactly 29 innings pitched. So he was pretty good for me. Yennier Cano, I know a lot of people still used him up until the most recent season change. He was a good card, and then the World Series program card or 900 rating card, Eric Gagne in that collection. So those are just some of the few bullpen arms we saw. All right. But now my bullpen and rotation are pretty much set for Season 3, so let's go ahead and change the lineup and the position players. Generate best S3 squad. And it comes in at a 98 overall, so we'll have to make some changes. All right, Aaron Judge in center field. Well, that's already not a good sign. I don't know if anyone has used Aaron Judge enough in, the outfield in general, but in center field especially, I don't have a good feeling he'll be doing okay out there with 77 reaction, 65 speed. I know he's got decent fielding at 88. I mean, that's pretty good. And then obviously a really strong arm. It's a pretty accurate arm too. Yep, 99. I haven't done anything with him at the plate. 7 at bats, 8 plate appearances, and no hits. All right, Kyle Schwarber, they put him in left, so obviously we have to find a new left fielder. He will not be a good fielder as well. Hammer and Hank as our best outfielder is not really a good sign. He's good. He's got 91 fielding, 78 speed, 85 reaction. He's a solid defender out there, but I think at this point in the season we'll need some better outfielders, so we'll definitely have to replace Judge and Kyle Schwarber in the outfield at least. Utley's a Season 2 reward boss on the Season 2 XP path, so he was a free card, which is great. They put Bringer of Rain at third base. It seems like they didn't counter for the wild card. They didn't bother with that. So what I'm going to do, because I know I'll have Chipper Jones in the wild card spot, is actually going to put him. Let's see. Oh, okay. So they have a filter for Season 2. Gotcha. We'll put him in there. Activate his wild card. All right. So it looks like when you go through the wild card, it'll actually identify to you that you are using a wild card. All right, use any card from any set and remain eligible. All right, so if I hit activate, he'll be put in there, and it actually has the wild card symbol above his card in the lineup. All right, because it's set 1. All right, so since we're in Season 3, the only eligible cards are going to be set 1 cards. So if you put a set 1 card into your lineup, it will ask you if it wants to be the wild card, and then you'll have to activate it as wild card. And then you'll have the wild card symbol above that card in the manager squad homepage. All right. Simple as that. If I try to put another set 1 card in, so it automatically puts that filter on for me again. Let's just try to put him. So if I try to put in another set 1 card, it'll say set and season criteria does not apply to wild card. It looks like the only option to put it in is to put in the new card as the wild card, and then the other wild card will go back to the original card that was there. So Josh Donaldson will be there. I think now, if you want to make a team that's not season 3 eligible, you know, I think you can put in whoever you want maybe. So if you keep it ineligible, you can still have set 1 cards in there, and I guess you can play maybe Conquest with it. I forget what, we'll take a look at what they don't allow you to play with your ineligible team. Because there are still some game modes you could probably play with on, if you want to use a theme team. This is my Phillies theme team here, so I need Trey Turner, I need JT Realmuto, and Mike Schmidt. They're all set 1 cards. I can probably play against the CPU against them, or with this team, and I can probably play, I'm hoping Conquest, but maybe not mini seasons. Let's take a look. Some modes throughout Diamond Dynasty, like Ranked and Conquest, will require season squads made of in-season cards. Okay. So you cannot play Conquest with your out-of-season ineligible team. So, let's find out what game modes you can play. What? Alright, well this already doesn't make any sense because it let me go into the game with my ineligible Season 3 squad. And this is a Conquest game. So in that description it said certain game modes like this and like that, you cannot use set 1 cards. Alright, so you guys saw me come into this game with 3 set 1 cards, even though it said you cannot play Conquest with a ineligible team. So that's a little confusing. I don't know if that's just a bug they need to fix, or if you can actually do that or not. So okay, so that's cool. So when you actually manage the squad and pick a position to swap out, you can hit R2 and you can go through either just Season 3 eligible cards, strictly wild cards, which would be any card from set 1 at this point, any card that's not eligible for Season 3, and then you can go to all, which just obviously includes all your cards. So if I get a wild card, I'll put Chipper Jones in there and then activate him as the wild card. I will put Josh Donaldson on the bench. All right, so this is what the generated squad looks like. So we got, like I said, Judge in center, Hammer and Hank in right, Kyle Schwarber in left. I got Chipper Jones at wild card at third base. Carlos Correa, which we earned through the World Series program, at shortstop. Chase Adley, boss, at second base. Stan the Man, a World Series award as well, at first base. And then Garf Sauce behind the dish. Alfonso Soriano in the DH spot. Okay. So it's definitely an interesting lineup. And then we got Luis Robert Jr. on the bench. Josh Donaldson on the bench because we put him on the bench for Chipper Jones, and then Wander Franco and Big Papi. Pitchers is going to be the Professor, Justin Verlander, Mitch Keller, Steven Strasburg, and Silver Strider, Spencer Strider. I think this card gets lit up a lot, so I'm going to put in Corey Kluber for now and hope to get a better pitcher for my rotation. In the bullpen, we got the Terminator, Tom Henke, Craig Kimbrell, Evan Phillips, Felix Bautista, John Franco, Rich Gossage, Kenley Jansen, and Mo. That's not bad. That's not a bad bullpen at all. Blake Trinan's not a bad option. Raleigh Fingers I was considering using, and I may even swap one of these guys out for him if they're not doing well. So the first thing I'm going to do is simply just get a better fielder in center field. All right, I do decent with Luis Robert cards. I actually like his swing. I do okay with them. The 67 vision is going to kill me once we get up to, we're in Hall of Fame right now, but if we get up to Legend, that's going to be tough to use. All right, but it's going to be good enough for now. Kyle Schwarber, I'd rather not have in left field, so I'll put Alfonso Soriano out there. Much better fielding, and 97 speed will cover more ground. And put Schwarber in the DH spot. Would love to get JD in there somewhere. The only place I could put him is shortstop, third, or first base, and then obviously DH. So what I'm going to do is actually put Schwarber behind the dish. Sacrifice having a good fielding catcher, which is something I really like having. And that's one of the reasons I was considering JT Realmuto as my wild card. If we actually go look, I don't think I looked at his numbers yet. Over 200 plate appearances, 340 batting average, 33 home runs, 8 stolen bases, 48 RBIs, caught stealing 4 times. Really, really good numbers. Catcher pop time quirk. There's not a lot of catchers in this game who have that. I don't know any of them off the top of my head. So I still do consider using JT at wild card. So he's actually hitting better than Chipper. And then we can put JD in the DH spot. This will free up room for Bryce Harper. I want to have Bryce out there somewhere. I don't think he'd be good enough in center field with only 74 speed, 75 reaction, and 73 fielding. I don't really like that at all in center field. You got to have a good center fielder. He can't, believe it or not, Alfonso Soriano cannot play center field. They used to give that as a secondary for him. Not in this game. I think he only got right field and second base. His primary is actually second base, so left field's already a secondary position penalty. But anyway, this is tough. All right, so let's go through. Jeez, we got a lot of programs to work on. We're not done June tops now. So we got still a ways to go, actually. I mean, we're at 82 XP. There's 106 XP to complete to get this perfect game. Domingo German. So we got a couple of week 4 moments to complete, all of week 5, which is these 3. Not that many. And then for some reason, I thought I was using week 1 players for a while, but I wasn't. I was using week 2, so we kind of doubled up on the XP for that, which is a waste of time. But then we got to get week 3 and 4 done to try to get some XP on that. But we'll get that done. So let's take a look at this card. 100 stamina. I think he should have got more. I mean, he pitched a perfect game. It's nine full innings. 115 hits per 9. Obviously great. 77 Ks per 9. I know he didn't have a ton of strikeouts in that perfect game, but they could have done him. They could have done. It's not even a favor to give him more than that. I think they obviously based the card off of the players themselves. You know what they're already doing before they have a moment like this or a tops now moment. But I think if you're going to give him a perfect game card, you obviously got to do better than 77 Ks per 9. But like I said, he didn't have a lot of strikeouts during the perfect game, and he probably doesn't strike out a lot of guys to begin with. I don't know too much about this guy, but we'll keep moving. 102 walks per 9, that's great. 99 home runs per 9, good. 120 play clutch, amazing. So that will help. 93 control helps. 90 velocity and 99 break with a 4-pitch mix. I'm really curious to see how it does. I want to, know how not having a slider or a cutter will affect this card, but he only has a sinker, circle change, 4-seam, 12-6 curve. I really like the 12-6 curve this year. I think the curveballs are working a lot better than they have in the last 2 years. So, I don't know. I think if it's one of those cards where if you know how to pitch with him, which it might be tricky to figure out at first, then he'll do okay. And then it's also one of those cards where no matter what, if you're playing a top player, they'll just demolish it. But, it depends. Let's hop into the fun stuff. So, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, this card's insane. I don't know where to begin, but we're obviously going to start with the hitting attributes because we got him up right now. 125 against righties, 101 against lefties, and then powers 125 and 115. Vision only 61 really, really hurts. I mean, it's almost like deja vu with these hitting attributes compared to Aaron Judge from the May tops now, or the May monthly award. You know what I mean? Remember, great contact, great clutch, and great power. And then the vision was like 54 or something. It was dog shit. So a lot of people swing better with Shohei than they do Aaron Judge. I personally don't do well with either of them. I want to be really good with Shohei Ohtani. I mean, I wish I was good with Judge too, but I still want to try to use Shohei and get better with this card. I usually just am not good with Shohei Ohtani's, and it hurts me more than it hurts anyone else that might do well with him. I just can't figure out when to time his swing. It seems long to me, but maybe it's not. And then 82 fielding, 99 arm, obviously. 91 speed's great, 75 steal ability, and 82 base running aggressiveness. That'll help you get some stolen bases. Plays all the outfield positions, including center, which is great, with 82 fielding and 91 speed. 75 reaction. That's not bad. I mean, I think you can use him in the outfield reliably. All right, but let's take a look at his pitching. 97 stamina, 113 hits per nine, 101 K per nine. Only 73 walks per nine with 84 control. Is going to be tough to dot and to pinpoint and, get balls on the zone. So that's the only downside of the pitching attributes. Home runs per nine is 81. That's not good. 115 plate clutch, and then 99 velocity and 99 break. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think this card, they knocked down a few attributes that really matter, especially the walks per nine, home runs per nine, and control. It's going to be tough for a lot of players to use them, and if players already have been using them and are good with them, then they'll be fine. But if this is the only Shohei you can get because you didn't get the World Baseball Classic one in time, and this one is obviously free if you grind, I think a lot of people will try to use them, not do well with them, and I think a lot of people who have already used them before will keep doing well with them, and then have this beautiful card art to admire as well. Christian Yelich, who I had no idea was having a good month at all. He lost a lot of power over the years. He only had 2 home runs in the month of June, but he had 311, was top 6 among outfielders in hits. He had 32 hits and doubles as well. So they gave him 125 contact versus righties and 91 contact versus lefties. Power is 104 against righties, so he's a righty killer, and then 78 power against lefties. 83 vision, 110 clutch. That's good. And then the fielding is pretty average at 78 fielding, 79 arm strength, 82 arm accuracy, and 75 reaction. 81 speed, 70 steal, 63 base running aggressiveness. It's okay. So if you're wondering why you don't see Ronald Acuna Jr. here, we'll show you why. He does have a 99 card available in a different program. All right, Brian Bello. This could be a card you see in a lot of people's rotations. They dogged him on the Ks per nine at 82. But walks per nine is 94, 85 control. It's good enough, and then everything else looks great. 106 stamina, 110 hits per nine, 94 walks per nine, like I said, 99 home run per nine, 118 clutch, very good, 99 velo, and 99 break, no quirks. All right. Esquel Duran, the left fielder for the Rangers. He could play first, second, third, shortstop, and right field. So one of these very versatile cards you can move around on the field. 87 fielding, 99 arm strength, 81 accuracy, and 89 speed. So that's good. 82 reaction as well. He's a lefty killer. So 125 contact versus lefties, 125 power maxed out, and then 114 contact against righties. So that's still very good, but only 73 power. All right. Vision 67. That's kind of tough. And then tough to use, and then 119 clutch is good. But, he's versatile. So if you need someone in a pinch in a different position, he can be used for that. Reed Detmers. And the one thing I like about these cards, though, is you can use these in ranked for a little bit before it gets too late in the ranked seasons in order to get XP with them, which you will need to get Shohei Ohtani. All right, Reed Detmers. He's going to have 96 stamina, 107 hits per nine, 102 K per nine, 90 walks per nine, and then 92 home run per nine. 111 plate clutch, only 83 control, only 76 velocity, and then 99 break. But he's got a good pitch mix with a fastball, four-seam fastball slider, 12-6 curve, circle chains, and then a sweeping curve. So you could probably dice some people up with him if you know how to use his pitches. And that velocity won't hurt you too bad. Christian Walker, Great month. Hit 347 with 4 home runs and 19 RBIs. So his power is only going to be 82 versus right and 103 versus left. 125 contact versus right, and then 92 versus lefties. 92 vision, 114 clutch. 99 fielding out there on first base, and then he can play left field as well. But he only has 46 arm strength, 70 arm accuracy, and 82 reaction. Michael Harris II, he was struggling a while this year, but he had a great month of June, turned it around. He's got 125 contact against both sides of the plate. So being maxed out there is really helpful when you get to legend difficulty, but then he's got 88 vision, which is tough to use on that difficulty. But it's better than some of the other cards we've seen here as far as vision. Only 75 and 72 power, so he may have lost some of that, at least in this month, but I think he'll get it back. So we might see a better card for him if he keeps performing well and, gets back to his normal form. 92 fielding, 90 arm, and then 81 arm accuracy and 88 reaction, 94 speed, 85 steal ability, 80 base running aggressiveness. So really good in the field and very good on the base paths as well. Okay, so the 97 pack. Was not expecting Suarez in there, but he did have a good month. Ranger Suarez, he was 2-0 with a 1.08 ERA and a 90.96 whip. He's going to have 98 stamina, 103 hits per 9, 94 K per 9, 91 walks per 9, which is good, 99 home runs per 9, 118 plate clutch, that's great, and then 89 control, 83 velocity, that might hurt him, and then 97 break. Pretty decent card overall, but he's got a really good pitch mix, the kind that everybody loves using, with a sinker and cutter in there, and then he's got a regular curveball, circle changeup, and a four-seam fastball. I really like using Ranger cards. He's the kind of pitcher where you can use him maybe into the 4th or 5th without giving up, too many hits or runs, but then it might be smart to yank him with that 83 velocity. He kind of just, he flatlines, plateaus, and hitters start to pick up on him. Like I said, though, he could be good for a couple games in ranked, at least early in the season. Ha-Seong Kim, he only hit 291 with 4 home runs, but he had 373 with a 1.068 OPS in the final 15 games of June. So he's got good contact, 95, 112. It's a really balanced card, 93 power versus righties, 86 against lefties, 87 vision, 100 discipline, 105 clutch, good fielder at 92, good reaction at 88, and then 82 arm strength, 87 arm accuracy, 80 speed, and then the stealing attributes aren't that great, but like I said, it's a really balanced card. So if you're looking for that and you like balanced cards, that's a good one for you. Brock Stewart, good bullpen arm. He does not meet the Raleigh Fingers stamina captain boost if you want to use that at 28 stamina. You need pitchers over 30 stamina to get that. But he's got 28 stamina, 100 hits per 9, 113 K per 9, 115 walks per 9, and then 99 home runs per 9. So that's one of the best home run. That's one of the best per 9s across all 4 per 9s from a bullpen arm I've seen out of the monthly awards programs this year. So this could be a very, very good card. And then he's got four-seam fastball, slurve, cutter, circle change, sinker, really good mix. I think a lot of people will try to use him. I know I will. 80 control, 99 velocity, and then 98 break. Josh, how do you say this guy's last name? Spores? Is the S silent? I don't know. Texas Rangers relief pitcher. And then he will have much of the same, a little bit more down on the home runs per 9 at 88, but he's got 125 hits per 9, that's great, and 125 pitching clutch, 92 velo, 99 break, only 3 pitches, fastball, slider, slurve. All right, so a little bit different. I think, some of those per 9s are pretty good. He could be a stunner, though. He could throw some people off, so we'll see. Brendan Drury, really balanced on the hitting side, 108, 106, 105, and 103. Very similar to that JT card we had, but different position. We got second base, first base, third, left, and right field. So a little versatile as well with 90 fielding. Only 52 speed, though, and 61 arm strength. But he's got 89 reaction. So it's a weird card fielding-wise. He's got really good attributes some places, and then, weak arm and not a lot of speed. So I would probably just stick with him at second and first, maybe third too. I wouldn't put him in the outfield though. just because of that speed. And then 111 clutch, that's great. 88 vision, it's usable for some people. And then that's it. All right. I'm not going to go through the rest because they're all, Dylan Cease is this last 97 card, so he looks pretty decent. The walks per nine is not that great. Controls 85, it, only helps it a little bit. But you see the numbers there, pretty balanced other than the walks per nine. And then the rest of these cards are 95s. The two captains are Charlie Blackmon and Ron Guidry. So you'll be able to use them for the pitching and hitting captains to get this XP path going faster. I recommend once you get these two, you put them in your lineup right away on a separate squad, make them your captains, and then get some of these monthly awards players in there, all right, to get them boosted. All right, and then the reward path. All right, so we already got some done. We get some equipment we can collect, and then we get some packs along the way early on, but we don't get the first pack of cards to pick from, choice packs, until 180,000 XP. So without doing anything, the game does carry over some XP from you completing programs in Season 2 and doing certain missions and stuff like that. So they give you kind of a head start if you were playing and you were active during Season 2 of the game. All right, so we have 30,000 XP without doing anything so far in Season 3. And I know this video is already late. I was busy over the weekend doing stuff, hanging out with friends, so I didn't have time to play the game. But now we get a chance to take a look at it. It's good we get a head start. So the first pack is going to be the NL All-Star, and then the next pack is AL All-Star, and then it kind of alternates with boss packs in between there. The first boss pack actually comes relatively soon compared to the other season XP paths. So let's take a look at some of them. Buck Oneill, so we'll go to the Negro Leagues card. I know you guys want to see this one. Great contact, 121 and 125. 85 power versus righties, 100 power versus lefties. 102 vision, that's very helpful. And then 125 clutch. This is a really good card, very balanced as well. First base, left field, right field, 99 fielding, 81 arm strength, 86 accuracy on the arm, and then 99 reaction is amazing. 85 speed, so you can cover some ground out there. 88 stealing ability, and then 99 base running aggressiveness. You can definitely steal some bases with this card. I love this card. It's very balanced. Haven't used Buck Oneill in ranked seasons, so I don't know how his swing is going to transfer over well to online play. I've only used him in the moments that we had to do for Negro Leagues and in some Conquest play versus CPU modes that we just did for fun. But I think he'll do fine. I think he might even be the staple for a lot of people's teams because he's free. He's in the first boss pack, so he's easy to get. And as far as these other players, we haven't used Mike Cameron yet. I don't know how people feel about Mark Semien. I personally don't like using Zach Gallen in this game. I know he's a great pitcher, and they gave him really good attributes, but I feel like he just gets lit up. So people might choose Buck first. Otherwise, they'll probably choose Jock Peterson, who's a beast in this game as well. We'll take a look at him. 104 contact, 108 against lefties, maxed out power, 97 vision, and then 125 clutch. So that's just a great card. You can play first base, left field, right field. He's actually a center fielder in this game as a primary position with 84 fielding. Really, really, very, very surprising for a home run derby card. I don't even know how to explain this, but if you saw any of the home run derby cards they came out with in season 1, they had bad fielding, and it makes sense. It's just a home run derby card, so why would they have good fielding? There's no showcasing of fielding in that All-Star game or in the home run derby. So 84 fielding is amazing. He's a center fielder, so having 81 reaction and 84 fielding is great. The 62 speed kills him, but I'm really curious to see if people actually put him in center field and if he does okay out there. I think if you have good corner fielders to support him, it might not be bad, and you try to play at a stadium that doesn't have huge gaps for Polo Grounds or something, but I do want to see him be used in center field. I think that's really interesting and kind of cool. But otherwise, you'll probably just see him at first base or DH. Mike Cameron. So he's a new legend this year. He's got 101 contact versus righties, 125 versus lefties, and then 105 and 102 power, very balanced. Similar to a Greg Vaughn card. the signature series Greg Vaughn that we saw in season 1. Didn't see a lot of people using him though. I think Mike Cameron probably has a better swing if I had to guess. And then he's got 118 clutch, that's good. 96 vision, 95 fielding in center field with 97 reaction. So he might be a lot of people's center fielder actually. And then 82 arm strength, 86 arm accuracy, 90 speed, 93 stealing ability, and then 92 base running aggressiveness. All right. Very balanced again. Noticing a theme here of very balanced cards, except for some of the pitchers, but the fielders, position players, I'm very glad they gave us more outfielders to use in this season. If I think we all kind of struggled in season 1 and season 2 with outfielders. Jazz and Ken Griffey Jr. were great, but other than that, there was kind of a lack of really, really good fielders in the outfield, and heavy on the infield. Chipper, JD, Carlos Correa, Chase Utley, Alfonso Soriano. So it's good to see that they're giving us more outfielders for this season. I'll probably need them at some point. And then Jock Peterson, Mark Semien, second base, balanced again, 108 vision, 125 clutch is great. Power is 104 and then 91 against lefties. 116 contact, 113 contact, 99 fielding, 95 arm accuracy, 77 arm strength, 94 reaction, 80 speed. Pretty good. Second, third, and short. So he plays all the middle infield positions and then the hot corner. I really like these bosses a lot. Zach Gallen is 113 stamina, 101 hits per 9, 104 K per 9, 115 walks per 9, 94 home run per 9, 119 clutch, plate clutch, or pitching clutch that is, and then 80 control, 80 velocity, 99 break. That 80 velocity is just perfect to get lit up. And the pitch mix is a four-seam fastball, knuckle curve cutter, circle change sinker. Good pitch mix, but like I said, I just don't like using them. I just couldn't use them. Maybe other people can. And then we get John Donaldson and some other Negro Leagues bosses, stars, legends along the way. No, he's the only one. So Martin Dingo, I don't know where he is, but I saw him somewhere. But let's take a look at the other JD, John Donaldson. Pitcher, outfielder, so he's a two-way player. They show his pitching stats first. We'll go through those. 109 stamina, 110 hits per 9, 105 K per 9, 97 walk per 9, 99 home run per 9, 115 pitching clutch, 90 control. So you can dot with this card with 97 walks per 9 and 90 control, 99 velo, and 99 break. All right. Good fielder as well. 94 fielding, 91 arm strength, 86 arm accuracy, and 89 reaction. Hitting, not as good. So 105 contact against righties and 101 clutch are his best attributes here. And then he's got 91 contact versus lefties, 85 and 76 power. He can bunt. He can drag bunt with 99 drag bunt and bunt. And then he's got 92 speed, so you might see some people drag bunting with him if he's in there at all to hit. And then I went over the fielding with you already. All right, and then I'm not going to go through each of these division cards. You can go through them if you want on the game. But they're all 97 cards, and they go through all the divisions. So Mike Trout, people who are Trout lovers will get another Trout card in there. Let's take a look. So Satchel Paige and Juan Soto. Let's see here. So if you get 10,000 XP, Sean Murphy, Satchel Paige, and Juan Soto are your rewards for the World Series. Sean Murphy, great catcher here. We got 90 fielding, 99 arm strength, 86 arm accuracy, 93 reaction, and 95 blocking is very important. All right. Hitting, he's got 114 clutch, 103 and 112 contact, 106 and 108 power, and 102 vision. Very good card, very usable. He's a World Series award card, so he might as well be, good on the vision side and the clutch side, and a good fielder as well. Satchel Paige, the longest windup in the game, 125 stamina, 112 hits per 9, 102 K per 9, 97 walks per 9, 99 home run per 9, 116 pitching clutch, 92 control, and then 99 velo, obviously, and then 99 break. four-seam fastball, curveball, slider, screwball, sinker. Very good pitch mix. Juan Soto, 120 maxed out contact versus righties, and then that was expected. 122 power against righties, so he's a righty killer, but he's got 102 against lefties, 104 power against lefties, and then 100 vision, that's great, 125 clutch. Awesome. He's a good fielder too, 81 fielding, 82 arm strength, 78 accuracy, and 84 reaction, but only 56 speed. So you'll probably want him in the DH spot or on the corners, in left or right, but he can play center and right field. And then we got Battle Royale will not turn over until we got 1 day, 19 hours, so Tuesday roughly. Events, the reward for events. Before we go into that, along the way you'll get a Will Smith, because there's 2 of those guys in the league now. A rewind pack at 10 wins, and then your 20 win reward is Jim Edmonds, 97 overall, and there are the numbers. I haven't done well with Jim Edmonds. I like his cards. I like his swing. I just haven't done well with him. And for this to be only 97, events have been very underwhelming this year as far as the rewards. They haven't boosted the cards that much. But anyway, that's what you get. All right. The new Diamond Duo is going to be a 99 Kyle Tucker and Camilo Doval. This Tucker card, very good. Nice flowy swing. He's got 125 clutch. Power is 101, 97. And then he's got 112 vision, which is one of the best I've seen so far. All right, so this is a good card. But he's hidden behind the Diamond Duo pack. Hope you get lucky for that. And then at 40 wins or 12, is there still a 12-win reward? I think there might be. You can get one of the previous 12 wins and 1 entry reward, which is Kerry Wood, Ian Happ, or JD Martinez. And you can take a look at those guys yourself. All right, so that's it. There's a lot of work to get done. A lot of really good cards out here to balance out your squad. There's no deficiency of good cards anymore. All right, so there's not really any excuses to not have at least a somewhat competitive team. I know a lot of the good cards, like I said, are hidden behind packs, but I think you guys can grind out for a competitive team and still do very well in ranked seasons, which I assume is what people want to do with these cards. You know, you want to get good cards to play ranked. Otherwise, you're just playing, events and BR. I mean, that's fine if you want to spend more of time doing that, but you don't need as many good cards for those as you do for ranked. You need a complete squad, obviously, because Battle Royale and ranked have those restrictions. I mean, Battle Royale is a draft of random cards. Events is your cards, but there are restrictions. So I guess the more cards you have, the better. But obviously, you want to put together a good ranked squad no matter what. All right, that's it. Drop something in the comments on what you think of this season, of the cards and the content, of the grind, whether you think everything's fair. Pitchers, catchers, any cards you're, upset that you have to see go, and cards that you are going to use for your wild card. Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.